now. Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 at 4.
Concerns raised as a local town welcomes a new police chief. Why a 5-year-old investigation out of Georgia has some people worried. And a massive sinkhole causing traffic problems in one South Carolina city. Why experts say recent wet weather is to blame. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Sophia Arzoza. It has been a chilly week, but this morning was the coldest yet, and the cold temperatures could stick around into the weekend. Let's head straight to Storm Team 2's meteorologist Ariel Hooley, who says colder temperatures await. Ariel?
That's exactly right, Sophia.
Ariel, thanks so much. We are following breaking news out of McClellanville right now, where authorities say both southbound lanes of Highway 17 are shut down due to a motorcycle crash. This happened at the intersection of Highway 17 and Highway 45. We are still working to learn more information about the crash, and we'll update you as those details come into our newsroom. An investigation underway in Georgetown County after a man found human remains while metal detecting earlier this week. We're told the bones were found just off the Waccamaw bike path on Wednesday. The man who found them says he noticed the bones on the edge of the marsh along with a pair of shoes and socks. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says it is an active crime scene still, and they're asking people to steer clear of that area. The coroner's office did confirm that those remains are in fact human. Police in North Charleston say a teenager is facing charges in connection to a murder earlier this month. 19-year-old Javion Mazik was arrested overnight and charged in connection to a November 4th homicide that happened on Target Street near Rivers Avenue. He's charged with murder, attempted murder, and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. No word yet on when he's due back in court. A News 2 update to a story we first brought you yesterday. We now know the brand of turkey linked to a nationwide salmonella outbreak. Jennie-O is recalling more than 91,000 pounds of ground turkey. The recall involves 4 types of the company's raw turkey products, including taco seasoned, Italian seasoned, 85% lean, and 93% lean ground turkey. Federal food safety inspectors say the outbreak involves more than 160 patients in 35 states so far. 1 death has been linked to that Jennie-O turkey. It is time now for a look at our drive home. Ariel, it is a cold day, but it is a glorious Friday. The sun is finally out, so people want to head out and enjoy that weather. What's it looking like?
The drive time's still looking pretty good out there, but grab the sunglasses because with that sun shining bright, we'll see some sun glare out there. Could slow you down just a little bit.
Just a traffic report we want on a Friday. Thank you, Ariel. Major L.J. Roscoe will soon be the chief of police in Goose Creek. However, some people are expressing concern about an investigation Major Roscoe was involved in. News 2's Berkeley County reporter Raymond Owens is in Goose Creek with a story. Raymond, thank you for looking into that investigation. A large sinkhole is shutting down a lane of travel on a busy Greenville roadway right now. The sinkhole was discovered this morning in a convenience store parking lot. An SCDOT spokesman says the hole is about 50 feet wide and 10 feet deep. You can see it there on your screen. He says sinkholes form when rain gets under the concrete and eats away at the dirt. The weight of the concrete then causes it to collapse. The area has experienced heavy rain and flash flooding over the last 2 weeks. The same parking lot developed a large sinkhole back in August of 2014. Many of us head on vacation during the holiday season, and that means homes left unattended. News 2's Natalie Price spoke to law enforcement officials to find out what you can do to make sure your home is secure before you leave to enjoy the holidays. Important tips ahead of next week. Thank you, Natalie. A little bit of history making its way to Buist Academy today. Dr. Eugene J. Richardson, a documented member of the Tuskegee Airmen, spoke to middle school students about his service and experiences. He was joined by Colonel Robert Hughes, an original documented flight instructor. Both had similar messages to share with the children.
Never, never, never quit.
They can accomplish whatever they set out to do, whatever they apply their skills to and their grit.
Words of wisdom for all on this Friday. The visit is all part of the Academy's Living History Library series, an effort to encourage middle school students to use the library.
Next on News 2.
Lawmakers in one local town working to keep your children safe. Why the mayor of Mount Pleasant says the anti-child luring bill is necessary. And right after the break, getting the best holiday deals right from your home, where you should be looking for those money-saving offers. Believe it or not, we are just 1 week away from Black Friday, and you're probably already seeing all of those holiday deals rolling in on your social media feeds because it's quickly becoming the most popular way to shop. NBC's Jolene Kent has some tips on how to use those social media platforms to get some great deals without even leaving your home. If there's a brand or a store you really like, be sure to follow them on social media so you can check if there are any special deals going on. Ariel, we have had a gray and gloomy week, but the sun came out in full force just in time for the weekend today. Stunning new numbers from the deadly California wildfires coming in this afternoon. Officials now say the number of missing people is actually more than 600. Hard to believe. Rescue teams across the state are in the process of searching more than 12,000 burned and destroyed structures for those missing people. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has the latest. Pretty shocking. That was Miguel Almaguer reporting. The death toll across California has now risen to 66 lives.
Next on News 2.
The cold weather is officially here. How one local organization is helping those in need stay warm. And a new bill aimed towards keeping your children safe. What prompted the town of Mount Pleasant to support the anti-child luring legislation? Coming up. Another chilly day today and more cold temperatures expected this weekend. If you're a wimp like me, you thought this morning was cold, but we are in for it. Let's go straight to meteorologist Ariel Hooley, who says those chilly temperatures are ahead. Ariel? Pleasant is taking a step to ensure the safety of children after parents raised concern about 2 instances of what they thought was child luring. Mount Pleasant police investigated and found those claims to be unfounded. The incidents did raise alarm about the lack of clear legislation defining child luring. This week, Mount Pleasant Town Council voted to express their support for a bill meant to change that, defining child luring and creating penalties for guilty offenders. Mount Pleasant Mayor Will Haney says police and parents made it clear they want to see that bill passed.
Our police relayed to us it would make it easier for our police to distinguish the difference between luring a child from a place of safety to a place of vulnerability, to the difference between that and attempting to kidnap someone, which is a higher threshold.
According to the bill, an offender 18 years or older would have to lure a child away from their location, like Mayor Haney said, to be charged with that misdemeanor. Penalties range from fines up to 10 years in prison, depending on the number of offenses and the child's age. And as Ariel mentioned, it is going to be a cold weekend. One local organization is working to make sure everyone has a warm place to stay during the cold weather. News 2's Deanne Roberts joins us live from the Hiven Hospitality Shelter in Mount Pleasant. Deanne, what can you tell us?